Hey guys, it's Gavin from Otterman 1999 here to bring you a first comic review on Before Watchmen Nite Owl #1. Went to the store today to pick this up and I liked it a lot. It was really good. So let's get into the book here. Open this up. By the way, I did sort of add this whole little thing right here. That'll be an update after this, so I'll post that right at kind of squeezed between this corner between a dresser and this shelf, but it'll be alright. Alright, so Before Watchmen Nite Owl #1 of 4. So I've actually never really read Watchmen. I watched the movie for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I had known most of the backstory. I just didn't feel like reading or watching it. But I'm reading it currently right now. I got a copy from the library, and I will post it when I'm done a review. Alright, so Before Watchmen Nite Owl focuses mainly on Dan Dreiberg, the second Nite Owl, and how he becomes the second Nite Owl. So it's he's basically just like he's a 17-year-old kid. Apparently, he looks a lot younger than 17, but he's 17, and the first date that starts, it says February 16th, 1962, and February 16th is my birthday, so it's pretty cool to me. But he's like the 17-year-old kid who's obsessed with the Minutemen Nite Owl, the first Nite Owl, Hollis Manson. You do see a little shot of Hollis Manson fighting right here. Actually, here. I'm just gonna, never mind, I can't flip it. Right there. You see him fighting. I actually probably didn't see that. Darn it. Here. There. Yeah, you can. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, so, yep. And it's he's just beating up a bunch of thugs that took apart a bunch of cars or something like that, and then he it's like about sunrise, and he's going into the owl car, which is just this really stupid looking car, and so Dan, he's at the scene actually, and he puts a little tracker on it, and he's tracking to see where his hideout is, and it's actually an abandoned warehouse, and he goes in and he sees everything that he has, which is like a really cheap version of the Batcave, basically. And he goes in, he checks everything out, and then he leaves a note that tells him to meet him at Lincoln Park, Green Bench. It says 4 o'clock, Lincoln Park, southeast corner, Green Bench. So, Hollis meets Dan, and he tells him that he has a bunch of ideas. Dan does. He tells Hollis, and he's like, I wouldn't mind being like your sidekick or assistant or something. And Hollis basically tells him he'll think about it, but he doesn't tell Dan that he's planning on retiring soon. And he pulls out a gun, and he tells him, if you hadn't thought this through, this could have gone very badly for you. So it's just funny. And then Dan comes home, and he basically walks in on his dad beating his mom, and he's kind of freaking out, and his dad's saying he needs to learn how to treat women and stuff, and it's not the right way to treat women, but yeah, and they basically burn all his Nite Owl action figures and Minutemen action figures, and he's really sad because they're burning them. You know, I'd be sad too. I have lots of toys. And then his dad dies, has a heart attack, and his mom's like, you should probably call an ambulance because he's having a heart attack. Oh, jeez, I skipped this page. Darn it. Man, I skipped a lot. Oops. Well, anyway, so then he's talking to Hollis, and Hollis says that, they should get started, training him, and so he's like, I don't want to be called Owlie, and I don't want to be a sidekick, and all this crap, and then he starts paying for his owl ship. He told him, like, he had an idea for a hovercraft called the Owl Ship, or whatever, or Archie, yeah, because Archimedes, whatever, I know he's in Watchmen. What I do like about this is that Dan as a kid almost seems like he's sort of how he is later on in life. You know how in Watchmen he's kind of like, you know, I'm fat. Well, he's not fat, but, you know, heavy. And, you know, he's not, like, super skinny, and he's not, like, perfect. You know, it's kind of cool, relatable. And, so, now they, oh, he got him a night vision. He came up with night vision goggles, and he came up with a new mask and stuff, and he's coming up with stuff, and then May 12th, 1962, Nite Owl announces that he's retiring, and he's like, when did you plan on telling me this? And then he's like, well, I'm going to tell you right now that you're not going to be Owl Boy or Owlie or any crap like that. You're going to be Nite Owl. And he's super happy. And so then it's 2 years later, and he's just like going down, he's like talking to people and stuff, and, you know, beating people up and fighting a bunch of riots and stuff, and then he gets back into the owl ship, and Rorschach's there. And Rorschach's basically like, you need a partner, so I'll be your partner. And so they start their partnership, which is very well known in the Watchmen, with the end is nigh. If you've heard of that video game. And then they go to the Crimebuster meeting in 1966, which is a while later. But and once again, another notable thing in Watchmen is before the Watchmen there was the Crimebusters, led by Captain Metropolis. And so they're all there, and Comedian burns down the map like he said, and Nite Owl says that he likes Silk Spectre to Rorschach, sort of implies it, and then they just sort of walk away. And they go to lunch. And then there's the Crimson Corsair thing, and I didn't read that because I haven't read any other ones, and I don't really care, frankly, so, if you want to read that, feel free. Great book overall. I loved it. It was probably, I haven't read any of the other ones. I'm going to get Minutemen tomorrow, but I'll post the review after that, along with Batman number 10. I am getting Batman number 10. I have to. After reading The Court of Owls and, 8 and 9. But yeah, great book. I highly suggest you pick it up. Cover's cool too. I wanted to get the Jim Lee variant cover. They had it. It was, darn it. Stupid comic books keep falling. I just, they didn't have it. It's 1 in 200. I didn't really plan on it, but it would have been cool. If I see a variant tomorrow, I might pick it up, but, alright, so, yep, good book. $3.99, because DC has not held their promise on $2.99, but whatever. Alright, so, yep, this is, Gavin from Otterman 1999, signing off.